Hello again, guys. I got another Bluetooth speaker to take a look at today. Let's get started. This is the Taotronics TT-SK09 portable wireless Bluetooth speaker. And what I found really interesting about it was a couple of things. One, the size. As it mentions, it's portable and wireless and everything. But two, it's also waterproof. As a bit of a minor afterthought, anytime that I say waterproof in this video, assume I actually mean IPX4, which means that it's dust resistant, but only water resistant up to like rain. So don't submerge this, don't put this underwater. Little sprinkle from the tap, it's probably fine. So taking a look inside the box, you get a user manual, a free 6-month extended warranty, somewhat short 3.5mm audio cable, micro USB charging cable, and the speaker itself. And there you go. There it is. So taking a quick look around the device, you've got the speaker here on the front. You can see it in the reflection. You can actually kind of see the two speakers inside of it. You have your buttons here on top. You've got a play pause button, volume plus and minus button, Nfc Pairing. I did not realize it did that. On the bottom it mentions the model number and that it needs an input of 5 volts at 500 milliamps. And a couple of quick tech specs in case you're curious. Has a 1000 milliamp hour 3.7 volt LiPo battery with a total working time of 8 hours, and it charges in 3 hours. So obviously these are not gigantic speakers inside of here. And actually looking at it from a slightly different angle, there's not just two little speakers in here, there's a third one in the middle. You can kind of see that in the reflection there. So you've got the two bigger ones on the side and then what looks like a little tweeter in the middle. I'm ready to power this thing on. And I almost forgot entirely, over here on the right hand side you've got the power button as well as the inputs for USB and 3.5mm. And as you can see, it is underneath this little flap here, so it is the waterproof section of it. So let's go ahead and power this thing on. Alright, I see here in the front we do have the little blue LED flashing. So I would assume this little hole on the top is going to be the microphone. And in my phone it does show Taotronics TT-SK09. Didn't have to do anything else, just showed up. And it does appear to have connected. So let's do a quick test with some audio. And I always get asked about this. The music that I always play on these devices, it's literally stuff that I find in the YouTube audio library, so it's all royalty free. It's all able to be listened to and distributed without having to put any sort of copyright information down in the description. So let's listen to a few songs. A lot of sound for such a small package. I'm gonna turn it down a little. It does appear to distort a little bit whenever it gets to its loudest. I hadn't even noticed. Like I said, there's 3 little speakers on the front here. When you flip it over on the back though, there's another sort of a little speaker. So it's actually putting sound out from both sides. I'll put this up next to the microphone so you can hear it. Sounds really, really good. Yeah, so it kind of sounds like it errs on the side of being a little bit more bass heavy. I do notice that blue LED has stayed on the entire time. Not really that big of a deal. I would assume if you're not using Bluetooth that it would probably turn off. I did not try out the NFC pairing, so I'm kind of curious to see if I can turn off NFC by using this. It sounds like it just paired to it. No, it says Taotronics disconnected there. So we'll try it again. And it says connecting. So yeah, you can use this tap on it to connect and disconnect. I absolutely love that as a feature. Unfortunately, a lot of phones that I deal with do not support NFC. So I'm gonna go ahead and disconnect it, just so you can see it again, disconnecting Taotronics. And all I had to do was just tap on it. So with a supposed use time of about 8 hours, charge time of 3 hours, so far I'm very, very impressed with this thing. Okay, I've spent a little bit more time with it, hooked it up to my desktop, so I'm using 3.5mm as well as USB. As I kind of feared, there was a little bit of a bleed through. I've noticed with several of my speakers they do this. When you've got USB and 3.5mm plugged in, because they are so close to each other, there's a little bit of interference between the USB and the 3.5mm, so you get a little bit of a background hiss to it. Completely goes away whenever you unplug the USB or if you unplug the 3.5mm, so you basically do with one or the other. But if you're planning to use this primarily as a Bluetooth speaker, it seems like a pretty good option. Puts out a decent amount of sound, but again, because of the size, it's not gonna absolutely blow you out of the water. It's decently loud, but it's not mind-shattering, oh wow, this is ridiculously loud kind of thing. And there is just one last thing left to test with it, because they do say that it is waterproof. Check the waterproofing on it. Well, it is continuing to work. Well, I think that was a pretty decent success, to be honest. There's still water all over the speaker, and it still works just fine. As you would expect, when you put it underwater, it gets muffled. And it stayed muffled for a little while after, until I shook the water out of it. There was a lot of water that got trapped in here. Not like pouring out, but when you shake it, there was a decent amount that was coming out. And there's still, like I said, water all over it. But I can even now hit the button, and it starts playing again. And it sounds great. Just double checked over at Amazon. It's $28.99 for this speaker right now. If you need something you can sit out in the rain, if you need something you're gonna take to a picnic, and you wanna be able to put out a little bit more sound than your phone can on its own, it's a no-brainer. Less than 30 bucks for a waterproof, decently bassy, decently powerful little speaker. Absolutely. So thumbs up from me. And thumbs up from you if you like this video. I appreciate it. Subscribe to receive more when they become available. We'll see you again next time.